try this. So we're looking to see what your shoulder should be able to do. Hey, we were talking earlier about what normal shoulder range of motion you're supposed to have. So today we're talking about flexion, so reaching overhead. This is really important for hanging if you're doing any kind of pull-up, any kind of overhead press, any kind of carry, because all of those things end up overhead. So we're talking about how to get that range back. So we're gonna try a couple of things, see what you think, try them out. First one we're gonna do is set up a barbell, go to the back side so the thing doesn't fall off on you, and you're just gonna hold with your palm up, and you're just gonna lean back until you feel a big old stretch throughout your lat here. Once you get into that stretch, you can even rotate to get a little bit more stretch. So lean down, rotate, and hold that. You're trying to hold that maybe for about 10 seconds at a time. You can do anywhere between 8 to 10 as long as it's helping you gain a little bit more range and it's not hurting anything at the top of your shoulder. So this next one, we're gonna use the lat in an active way. So still the same stretch to start, but then using your lat to pull yourself back up. So kind of get a little bit closer to the rig, hang on nice and tight, keep that elbow nice and straight. You're just gonna lean back until you feel a big stretch in that lat, and then using that same muscle, actively pull yourself back up. So lower down nice and slow, using those muscles, actively pull yourself back up. Besides the lats, your triceps can limit that overhead motion as well. So we're gonna do a little bit of a stretch onto the wall. However, the big thing here is not to just do a stretch, but we're actually gonna push down like this into the wall. So slide up until you get a little stretch, push your elbow into the wall, relax, and then see if you can slide further. Push again, hold for a couple seconds, relax, see if you can slide higher. The goal is to get to the point where your armpit is almost touching the wall, if you can, as long as there's not pain at the top of your shoulder. So now we want to make sure we're trying to use that range of motion. You can do this on a table if it's not comfortable for you to get on your knees, but you're just going to reach as far as you can. Roll your hand all the way over and then try to lift off. Now, if you're missing this roll, it's gonna be tough. That means you gotta keep just working on the roll part of this. But if you can get to the roll and you can all the way open your hand, you're just trying to keep your elbow straight and lift off like an inch or two and come back down. So it's just gonna look like a reach, a roll, a lift. And then you're kind of doing that again. Thing about that reach, roll, and lift we just did, now we're gonna try to use it with more of a traction on the shoulder. So you're gonna lean back to get a light stretch, nothing crazy, and you're gonna try to turn your palm open and just hang for a couple seconds. You can even use this hand to pull a little bit, and then you're gonna rotate back again. So rotate open, little pull, rotate back. So maybe you're trying about 10 or 15 of those. So this one, we're trying to use this rotation while elevating our shoulders so that we get those muscles helping us to get overhead. So you're just gonna find a wall, put the band around your wrist, not your hand, because you just wanna work in your shoulder, not your wrist. And you're just gonna pull apart with your wrists while your elbows pull in. And all you're gonna do is a little bit of a walk or a slide, either one, till you get to the point where you're just over your forehead. Really keeping those elbows tucked is the big thing, while you walk or slide back down. The tendency is to wing out. You're trying to keep them tucked in. Okay, for this one, you just want the cable machine to be higher than you, so you're getting a little bit of that flexion to start. A weight that's challenging but not causing any pain at the top of your shoulder. You're gonna keep your palm facing you while you pull down. Keep your shoulder relaxed as you reach up. So you're trying not to let that happen. So you're just trying to reach up and pull down. Your palm's always facing you. So then last thing, you can do an overhead carry so that you're using that range that you already have. Just keep that shoulder right next to your ear. Make sure you're tall and using your chest a little bit. Press that to the ceiling. So then you're just gonna walk. The alternate is using a kettlebell. You can go bell down if you want just kind of like an easy walk to kind of, that's a little bit more stable. If you want to challenge yourself, you can go bell up and press and walk, because then you're having to like figure out how to balance while you're doing the walking as well. So all of those things should help you get to a little bit easier shoulder reach overhead, so that way you can get back to your strict press, get back to some of your cleans and your snatches without any limitation there. So again, normal, you're looking for 180 degrees. Try these things out to see if it can help your range.